YuGiOh Duel Links is a game based off the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game. Now the thing is, this is a children's trading card game, but a lot of the cards have very strange art. Very horrific, very terrifying even. And today we're going to be talking about the top 10 scariest Yu-Gi-Oh cards in Duel Links. With me, I have my mascots just chilling in the back. We might have to test out some of the spooky nature of some of these cards on them, so I hope you guys stick around to see their reactions. But whatever, let's go ahead and get things started. At number 10, we're starting with a card that is in Duel Links, and it's been in Duel Links for quite a while, but it has a very, very ominous and strange look to it that I've never really considered in the past. Emissary of the Afterlife is a very, very interesting card. Its effect is kind of irrelevant. It's meant to be able to search vanilla cards, so it's something that would work very, very early in the life of Duel Links. Nowadays, it's probably not that relevant, but if you really think about it, this card is really creepy. It's got like the perfect jump scare face on it. It almost reminds me of a jack-o'-lantern or something along those lines. And its hand is actually reaching out to you with a spooky death scythe and everything. So I think the art on this card is pretty scary indeed. It literally looks like it's jump scaring and jumping right at you. So I feel like it's very appropriate for this list. And it's a card that I never really thought about looking at close up, so I hope you guys enjoy his spooky stare. But whatever. Next up, number 9. Skull Servants are all very, very spooky. They're like they're the epitome of the Halloween archetype when you really think about them. They're little skeleton people doing their skeleton things. Outside of Duel Links, we have a few more cards, but today we're talking about only Duel Links, and I think the scariest Skull Servant is already in Duel Links, and that would be Lady in White. Lady in White is a very, very interesting artwork card in Duel Links. She doesn't seem like she really fits the same art style for a lot of the Skull Servants. A lot of them look really, really happy and funny, but she looks very, very grim and decaying. She's adorned with cobwebs. She's got spiders in her hair. She's a very proper gal if you really think about it, but just that ominous look compared to all the other Skull Servants, it feels a little bit unsettling. Number 8. Some cards have scary written in their DNA. This card has scary written in its name. This card's name is Scary Moth, and number 7. There's nothing more unsettling than the sight of a strange, inanimate object. Sometimes that being a doll. A lot of people have a fear of dolls because you don't know what is hiding behind their cold, lifeless eyes. There's just something about them, you just can't trust it. Malice, Doll of Demise is one of those dolls. This card is outwardly creepy. It's got a very, very strange look on its face. It's adorned with its huge blade, its axe. So you know it's definitely not for children to play with. I think what spooks me the most about this card is probably those teeth. The mandible on it and how it can actually bite down on you is super, super creepy, and I just don't like that. I don't want that thing in my house. I don't want that thing anywhere near me. I just hope I don't see it in my dreams. Number 6. Something else that people have been very, very uneasy with in history is clowns. Clowns are unsettling at times. It's strange how something meant to be comedic can so easily become disturbing. They've been depicted a lot in media being as some kind of horrific killer. There's history of actual killer clowns in the past. There has been a whole trend where people used to dress up like killer clowns and try to scare people. Clowns are scary. You know what makes a clown scarier? If it's a zombie. Clown Zombie is a card that's been in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime, but when you really, really take time to look at it and think about what this card is, it is an actual deceased creature that is back from the dead, and it's back to do malicious things. I still think this card has a very, very unsettling look, even when it was alive and it was a crass clown. And I think Clown Zombie definitely belongs on this list. Number 5. Another terrifying thing is the fear of ill intent. If you know someone is not a good person, it's generally scary. What comes to mind when you think of a person who's not a good person? A prisoner. Someone who is in jail for a reason, obviously. Someone who's done very bad things and they are in prison. Ill Blood is one of those cards. It's wearing a prison jumpsuit. It's got a huge weight tethered to its leg to slow it down so it can't escape. But what is going to escape is what is inside of its body. Ill Blood is a card that is very strange. I don't know where its face even is. Obviously it has the top, you can see its little glowing red eyes, and it's got a very, very hidden face. You don't know what it looks like. You don't know what he's thinking. You don't know what he's hiding. And on top of that, he also has that zipper hiding another creepy face inside it. And I think that is very unsettling. Number 4. The next card we're talking about is a card that's been in Yu-Gi-Oh! In general for a really long time. It's actually a card that is one of the main antagonist boss monsters. And you'll know because it has an animation in Duel Links. This card is Dark NECROFEAR. Dark NECROFEAR is a very, very interesting card. It has a very scary animation in Duel Links, which I will be showing you guys in a second. Something very unsettling about it. It's like a marionette, obviously, because it's not a living creature. It has no organs. It's literally hollow on the inside, as you can see. It's got a very puppet-looking body, and it's holding another doll with its head caved in. Why is it holding that doll? I have no idea. And even in the TCG, we did get a new version of Dark NECROFEAR called a Cursed NECROFEAR, but we're not talking about the TCG right now. We're talking about Duel Links and its spookiest cards. Dark NECROFEAR is definitely a very unsettling card to look at because it has a very dead glare and you don't know what it wants from you. Number 3. We're getting pretty high on the list. It's time for the top 3 scariest cards. And for this, I'm going to cheat a little bit. And these cards are in Duel Links, but you probably won't find them outside of the Japanese game. The next card I'm talking about is the OCG art of PARASITE. This art is very, very unsettling. The TCG art is not really anything to be scared of, but when you look at the OCG art, it is literally coming out of a soldier's face. And there is a reason why this card was censored. The thought of insects coming out of your skin is definitely nightmare-inducing. Number 2. The next card we're talking about can be considered funny to some people. And this would be Fiend Comedian. Now, you guys are seeing the art on this guy. It doesn't look scary. It doesn't look creepy at all, actually. It's just a normal little guy with another creepy-looking guy with just a big smile on his face. That's kinda... It's not really scary. It's more comedic than anything. But we're not talking about the TCG art. We're talking about the OCG art. Yes, that is the same card. And as you can see, there's a reason why they had to change it. It is very, very unsettling, and it's a little bit too detailed for my taste. You can't trust these guys. You don't know what is going on or how far their act is going to go. So I definitely think Fiend Comedian is just a very, very creepy card in the OCG. And it most definitely deserves this spot on the list. Number 1. Alright, we're at number 1. The card that I think is the scariest card in Duel Links. And this one might just come out of nowhere. You might not expect this one, to be honest. This is a very unknown card. It's a card that not many people think about, not many people know about. But this card that I think is the scariest is called DEEG. As you can see, this card is very unsettling. I don't like the thought of somebody having their stomach ripped open and sewn together. Also the fact that this thing is opening its stomach to let out demons of some kind. I'm just surprised it didn't get altered at all. It is a very, very strange card. It even has a very unsettling face to look at. The card text says, "This weird monster has a portal in its belly that brings reinforcements from the farthest reaches of the netherworld." And there you have it. That was my list of the top 10 scariest cards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. What do you guys think? Do you guys think any other cards belong on this list? Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoy your Halloween, or your Spooktober in general, and if that's the time you're watching this. But whatever, I think that's pretty much that. Happy Halloween!